This is one of the most powerful strategies to retain and reward top employees at your company. So I'm gonna be breaking down a really powerful strategy for retaining top people within your company. So for example, maybe you have a top salesperson, a CFO, there's someone who's been very vital to the success of your company, and losing them, whether that be them quitting or passing away, but mainly quitting and leaving for a competitor, would just completely derail your company or just be a huge detriment, and you don't want that to happen. So one of the things you can do, a powerful retention strategy, is using a life insurance policy to incentivize the employee, and I'm going to break it down. This is what's called an executive bonus plan. So we use the term golden handcuffs here because it's an incentive plan that we're putting in place to where it's basically, it makes it very hard for the employee to walk away from it based on the benefits that they're getting. And again, this is just one benefit that you could put in place as an employer. And when you stack a bunch of different benefits outside of what we're going to be just covering today, I mean, it'll make it very, very difficult for a top person in your company to just say, pick up their feet and just walk away, especially if it's just like a counter offer in terms of money. Like, hey, a competitor comes by, like you're getting paid 100 grand a year, we'll pay you 130 a year, but you tack on all these other benefits that we're about to be going through. It's like, well, at that point, it's like, it's not just about the money. It's like, well, the other benefits I'm getting outweigh just a little bit more money. So anyway, we're gonna be covering what's called an executive bonus plan. So essentially what this setup looks like, and I'm gonna zoom in a bit here, is you, the business owner, all right, we're gonna assume you're the business owner here. So you're the business owner, you have Jim, who's a top salesperson at your company. He's 50 years old. He's gonna be retiring in 15 years. And he brings in 60% of your company's revenue. And obviously he's a vital part to your company's success. You don't want to lose him by any means. You want him to stay with you as long as possible, and ideally until he retires. So what you could do as a business owner, as an incentive to get him to stay, is you could have a discussion with Jim here and be like, hey Jim, you've been you've been a huge part to the company's success. Like, we want to make sure that we can do what we can to keep you here, keep you happy, and then make it a two-way street there in terms of mutual value. So one of the things you could propose to Jim is say, hey Jim, if you stay with us for the next 15 years and you meet X revenue goals or whatever performance goals you want to put in place, we will pay you a $50,000 a year bonus every single year throughout your retirement for 20 years. So not every single year, but for 20 years. So from age 65 to age 85, we're gonna pay you this $50,000 a year bonus, essentially a pension, and for 20 years straight. But the only way that's gonna happen is if you reach these performance metrics that we can discuss and lay out, and on top of that, you have to stay with the company for the next 15 years. So what this is doing is, you as the business owner are making sure that, okay, I'm putting in a strategy here to make sure this employee, this top employee, stays with me for a good more chunk of time, 15 years. And on the flip side, it's like, okay, the benefit for the employee here is that they're gonna get a benefit. They're gonna get a pension-like retirement. And if they stick with you for the next 15 years and they meet those performance goals. And it's important to have those performance goals in place. Now, you don't have to do that, but again, the whole point of keeping this person is you want them to help you grow your company. So by having those performance goals in place, and them needing to hit those performance goals is going to ensure the company, they're going to do what they can to help the company grow. And, they can't just kick their feet up if they were to get that $50,000 a year bonus just by staying with the company, but there was no performance goals in place. Then they could just kick their feet up and take their foot off the gas and know, well, if I just stay here until I'm 65, I'm going to get these benefits. Like, you don't want that. You don't want to have all these benefits in place and there's not some other metric or something else in place to where the employee needs to obviously be on the offense to help grow the company. So anyway, you can decide how you want to go about that. But let's say Jim agrees that, like, okay, that sounds great. I want to do this. I will stay with you for the next 15 years. I'll hit these goals. And then, if I hit these goals, I get that $50,000 a year bonus. So that's like the plan in place. Now, how are we actually going to fund that plan? That's where life insurance comes into play. So in this case, you're going to have, let me go over here. The owner of this life insurance policy is going to be the business, okay? So if you're the business owner, your company is going to own this life insurance policy. The insured on the policy is going to be this executive in this case, so it would be the salesperson. So I'm just going to put executive here, so whoever the executive is. And the beneficiary, so this is where it gets interesting. There's different ways to go about this, but the example I'm going to cover is where the beneficiary is actually the business. And I'll break down in a minute why that can be very, very advantageous to you as a business owner. So first, let me get my pen here. Tools, pen. So you, the business owner, you own the policy. So what that means is you're actually going to be paying the premium for this policy. Now keep in mind, and I'm not a tax professional, I'm not a tax attorney, I'm not a CPA, consult with any of those people with what I'm about to say, but typically you are not able to deduct the premium to a life insurance policy. So if you're putting in, I'm just making up numbers, if you're putting in $15K a year to this life insurance policy here, or over here rather, typically that is not going to be tax deductible to the business. So you have to keep that in mind when you're going about this strategy, is premiums aren't deductible. So that's one thing. Now, you as a business owner, if you own your business and the policy is owned by the business, but you own your business, what that's going to do for you is you're going to have full control and access over this policy. So what I mean by access is the type of policy we're going to be using for this setup here is 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a whole life insurance policy. You can use index universal life. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would stick with whole life insurance because it's safe, it's guaranteed, it's predictable. And with a strategy like this where you're promising, X dollar amount, 15 years down the road, you need something that's going to be stable and predictable. Because with an IUL, it could work, right? It could work, but there's no guarantees with an IUL. So it could underperform to where it's like you have a contract in place like, hey, Jim, you're getting this $50,000 a year bonus, but unfortunately the policy underperformed and we don't have enough money to pay out that bonus. That would cause obviously a lot of issues. So we want to prevent that by any means necessary. So the product of choice, the life insurance product of choice is going to be whole life insurance. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit here. So important piece, the whole life insurance to know is that with whole life insurance, you get guaranteed growth on your money. So when you're doing an executive bonus plan like this, is very powerful because again, you can extrapolate out in the future how much money you're gonna have on a guaranteed basis based on the amount of money you're putting into the policy. So every single year, you're gonna have guaranteed growth on these policies. Typically, from a guaranteed standpoint, you're gonna see right around 3%. Now, if you're with a mutual insurance carrier, which is how we always go about setting these policies up, I have other videos talking about this. With a mutual insurance carrier, you're gonna get that guaranteed rate, and then on top of that, you're gonna get a surplus, which is it's an excess of the company's profits. And then when you combine the guaranteed rate and the surplus, that equals what's called your dividend rate. And over time, you're gonna see anywhere from a 4 to a 5% tax-free dividend rate, which is extremely powerful when we're looking at like savings accounts and savings vehicles, because where else are you gonna get 4 to 5% tax-free on your money in a safe, conservative manner? Like obviously there's investments and stuff, but I'm talking like from a safe, predictable, conservative manner. There's not many other vehicles out there where you're gonna get that 4 to 5% tax-free over time. So it's very, very powerful to be aware of, not even just as a business owner, but as an individual in general. So I'm gonna zoom back out. So just know that you've got cash value building up over these 15 years, and that is what's gonna be used to pay out the bonus. So I'm gonna clear the board here a bit. So let's say over 15 years, so 15, I'll put 15 here, 15 years go by and this cash value, this policy builds up to $500,000, 500K. Now Jim is at the vesting schedule is completed. He's been with the company for 15 years, and we're gonna assume he obviously hit the performance metrics that were in place. So now he's retired, he's no longer working for your company, and this is where it gets really cool. So the 500,000, and again, these are arbitrary numbers, I'm just trying to keep it simple for the example. It could be more, it could be less, but let's say the policy built up 500,000 of cash value. This is where you, the business owner, you're gonna use this pool of money to pay out that bonus to Jim in this case. So again, remember, it was $50,000 a year, and we said we're gonna do that for 20 years. So from 65 to 85, we're gonna pay out this 50K to Jim. So again, you, the business owner, are happy because you retained a top employee. He helped grow your company even more so over those 15 years. And Jim's happy because he has a $50,000 a year pension coming in now. It's essentially what it is, because there's a contract in place that says, Jim, you are going to get $50,000 from us for the next 20,000 years since you met X, Y, and Z requirements. So that $50,000 is going to be paid out to Jim via the cash value, and what that's going to look like is you, the business owner slash policyholder, you're going to borrow against this cash value here, and that's what you're going to borrow, in this case $50K a year from the policy, and pay that out to Jim. Okay, so that's how Jim's going to be compensated. And why is that powerful? Number one, this policy, again, since you're the business owner and the business owns it, that's an asset on your company's balance sheet, number one. So that's very powerful. Number two is you're paying out Jim here, who's no longer working for you, is no longer bringing in revenue. You're paying him out with a pool of money that's outside of new company revenue, because it wouldn't make any sense to the business owner to pay this $50,000 bonus out for someone who's no longer contributing to your company. It wouldn't make any sense at all. And that's why you use life insurance as the vehicle, as the mechanism to pay out this bonus. So that's something to keep in mind as a business owner, is as you're bringing in new revenue, you're not actually paying Jim that $50K from that. You're using the pool of money that you built up over time in this policy to do that. So just know that's how that works. And then the last thing I want to cover about this strategy that's very powerful is the beneficiary piece. So remember, your business is the beneficiary on the policy. So this is a long-term play. And, I say long-term, but let's just say hypothetically, I'm going to play out two scenarios here. Let's say hypothetically, God forbid, Jim passed away at age 55. So 5 years into setting up this plan here, Jim passed away. Well, your business is going to be the beneficiary on that. So on this policy. So what that means is your business, let me clear the board here. Your business is going to actually get the death benefit payout. So if this policy had a, $1 million death benefit, to keep it simple, your business is going to receive $1 million. So I'll put 1M, whoops, I put $sign in the wrong spot. 1M, your business is going to receive $1 million completely income tax free. Okay, so that's very powerful, because scenario two, let's say Jim does stay alive, which obviously we're hoping that happens, and you pay out that $50,000 a year bonus for 20 years from age 65 to 85. Well, guess what? When Jim does pass away, let's say he passes away at age 87, right? The beneficiary is the business, so the death benefit of the policy is going to go to the business. Let's just say it's $1 million. I know the math doesn't add up with the $50K a year bonus, but just keep it simple. $1 million death benefit goes to the business, income tax free. Ideally, the policy death benefit is enough to where you're recovering all of the costs associated with doing this. So the costs associated with doing this was that premium that you, the business owner, were putting into this policy each year. So I'm going to do a little math on my calculator. So for simple math, let's say you were putting $10,000 a year into this policy for 15 years, and at age 65, when the executive hit age 65, you stopped putting premiums in the policy. So over 15 years, that would have been $150,000 of premium. 150K, sorry, that's hard to write here, 150K of premium would have went into this policy over the course of 15 years. So your costs associated with this setup would be $150,000. So you want to make sure that the death benefit is at least $150,000, because when Jim does pass away, you want to be able to recoup all the costs associated with doing this. So that's just a simple example. The math doesn't necessarily pencil there, but that's the idea, is when you're working with someone to set up this plan, and again, that's why whole life insurance is so powerful, because you need to extrapolate out to make sure that if you put in X amount of money per year, the cash value is going to grow to an amount to where you're able to pay out that bonus for 20 years or however long you set it up. And on top of that, you need to make sure the death benefit is large enough to where when the executive passes away, the death benefit proceeds are enough to cover the cost or the premium that you put into the policy. Okay, so there's moving pieces there, but that's what your agent would help you do. But I hope this brought some value to you as another way to incentivize top people with your company. And this is just one strategy. So if you can bolt this on with, like, other employee benefits, like maybe you have healthcare, dental, other insurances in the mix. You have 401k profit sharing plan, cash balance plan. There's so many different incentives that you as a business owner can put in place to ensure that your top people stay with you. And it can go across the board too. This strategy is specifically for executives and really key people within your company, but you could also have other incentives in place for other employees, like your 401k profit sharing plan and other insurances. But this specific strategy is very powerful for that person that you just do not want to lose by any means necessary. And by lose in this example, I mean quitting and going to another company, or I guess another way of looking at it is a competitor coming in and poaching them from your company. Because if you have this in place and a lot of other benefits, it's going to make it very, very difficult for that employee to walk away from the table, because they'd be walking away from a lot. And in this case, they'd be walking away from a $50,000 a year bonus or pension. Essentially, it's guaranteed money for them for 20 years. And again, you can set this up however you want. You and your employee are going to have that discussion and come to an agreement of what makes most sense. But hope this brought a lot of value to you. If you have any questions on this at all, go to the comments and leave your questions there, or you can DM me on Instagram and ask your questions there. And then lastly, if you want to discuss what this looks like, maybe you have a key person or some key people that after watching this video, you're like, okay, that actually sounds pretty interesting. If you want to discuss this more, you can go to the description, find my calendar, book a day and time there, and we can have a discussion to see what this would look like for you and your business. So anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. God bless.